For some of you, this is about ultimate financial stability and possibly starting a new spiritual quest or something very passionate that you believe could lead to your ultimate wish fulfillment with others. And you're fighting for it, but you're also juggling a lot of things. This makes you want to go back into hermit mode, but you're already on the journey. You're already moving towards something. It's already happening. Like, you do see things that other people don't see. You do shine a light on certain things. Princess of Cups in reverse. Maybe on ways that some block their own creative flow, revealing how possibly emotional intelligence is necessary to fight for a Ten of Cups situation, which is the everything. It's the happily ever after. Some of you have worked very hard on this new quest to become kind of this Queen of Pentacles figure. And now actually we do have a divine union here now. We have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. And that is like the ultimate stable 3D married couple in the deck. And yeah, with the Three of Wands, this is something you've set intention on, and now you're waiting and watching to see how this manifests. This could be for some of you the new union with the King and Queen of Pentacles. Somebody you know you can grow with, you can build with, you can have a stable life with, you can enjoy the finer things in life, because Earth and Pentacles rule material. And I find it synchronistic that Money by Pink Floyd came on right when I started pulling all these money cards. So for some of you, it's not necessarily about love, but it is about maybe building a business with a partner, somebody who has similar. For some of you, it could be a spiritual business with the Princess of Wands, and there could also be a lot of competition in this field with the Five of Wands. King of Cups. Two of Swords in reverse. Some of you know where you want to give your love, and that could be creatively, it could be towards another person, it could be this new life path, this business. You want to pour your love into whatever you're passionate about, and you're done thinking about it. You know how to use your intuition. The blindfold is off. You're no longer blocking anything or trying to make up your mind. Like, you've already set the intention, you've already done the work, you've invested, you've saved. I think you're trying to still kind of balance yourself with the Two of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Star here. But you're moving. I want to know more about this King of Cups here. Wow. Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. And the Hangman. For some of you, you have had a perspective on a past partnership. I do feel that this King of Cups is very much some of you. And you're looking at somebody you used to find very attractive, very magical, very mysterious, very bold, brave. And you've had a perspective change on this person. And usually the court cards do represent people, so the kings, queens, pages, and knights, or princes and princesses. Depends on the deck style and what they're called. But yeah, Hangman is all about epiphanies, seeing things from different perspectives, taking a pause. It's like maybe you took a break away from whoever this Queen of Wands figure was to fight for what you wanted, to fight for your path, and it gave you the strength to keep on moving. Because all those positive things I said about the Queen of Wands, in reverse, that's the opposite. It's somebody who won't fight for you. It's somebody who's very selfish and prone to tantrums, quite frankly, who can just not be a delightful person who loses their temper a lot. I mentioned that there's a lot of like, I'm getting a lot of anger issues with this card for some of you. For others of you, it's just somebody that you used to have on a pedestal that you thought was super attractive, and now you're just not attracted to that kind of person anymore. Because the Queen of Wands is the most attractive queen, next to the Empress, of course, who is all queens, and she's above the Queen of Wands, but you get my point. You've had a perspective on this kind of union, so for some of you, this is about that Two of Cups in reverse. And for some of you, it's about what you used to be attracted to. And now you embody this wise King of Cups energy where it's like you're more inward about your emotions, but you have them very deeply. And you know how to use your intellect with your emotional knowledge. You know how to stay regulated and balanced. We'll pull some more Cosmic Energy Oracle cards to get a little more information here. Harmony in reverse. I don't usually read oracles in reverse, but joy and release. Well, that pretty much says that. There wasn't harmony. You found your joy and you were able to release this. Good job. Good job for taking care of yourself. I mean, you did it in a loving way because you're the King of Cups here. Yeah, communication in reverse though. And again, I don't usually read these in reverse, but for some reason I'm feeling called to recognize that. Effective communication is the bridge to understanding and connection. Some of you have yet to express yourself to somebody, and there's something you need to release and heal in order to do that. And it has something to do with your sense of harmony. But whatever it is, it's going to bring you joy. So harmony card. Harmony is the beautiful melody in relationships. Joy. Joy is the dance of the soul. Enjoy every moment. Release. Release past burdens and embrace new beginnings. And you already did that. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse here, and we know you walked away from something, or you're going to. Again, this could be a near future reading for some of you where you've kind of been in this stuck Eight of Swords energy for a long time, and you're just looking for some kind of guidance on how to move forward, how to release, how to focus on joy. Yeah, and some of you really didn't want to talk about the past because my throat was closing up. So one moment. Drinking any tea today? Hey, you know, if you'd like to express one simple act of human kindness, you could give the like button a tap. It does actually help the channel grow. I also want to say, hey, shout out to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining the community. And thank you to everyone else who has contributed and, you know, spoken up and been also holding space for everybody who's quiet in the background. I appreciate every single one of you. We all have a position to play in life, right? And those positions can change based on life circumstance. I feel like I'm channeling a message from Spirit there. For some of you, you've chosen peace over trying to communicate with somebody from your past, and you're ready to release it. You're ready to embrace your joy. And again, if you're doing that in a safe, fair way, maybe you just need to figure out how to communicate better. All right, I'm going to move on to my Herbcrafters Tarot. And again, this has the plants on each card. if I feel called to mention them, I will. I have some other oracle cards I pulled to the side in case I decide to do a psychic read on any of them. And if I do, I'll probably create another video for that, so it'll be like the oracle for the week. Alright, so when I first split the deck, it was on the Two of Cups in reverse and the Star card again. So it seems that some of you want to advice more on how to heal from this past union. So let's ask Spirit. Alright, Spirit. I'm actually just going to clear all these cards off my table here. Oh, on a side note, for those of you that prefer my video form, I finally got myself a microphone, so the audio will be better, and as soon as I decide where I want to set up, I'll be doing another video reading soon. I know some of you actually enjoy the tarot ASMR, and I am able to get more messages out that way, so I do appreciate it. I still am not very tech savvy and haven't fixed the captions option, so I apologize for anybody who is in the ASL community who is enjoying reading along. I don't know, if anybody has any advice, I'd love to hear it. My channel's still pretty new and I'm figuring things out as I go along, and I'm doing most things in life on my own, so thank you for your patience and your kindness. I figure everything out eventually anyways, so it may just take me a minute. That's for somebody. Yeah, okay, so the High Priestess is the card I just pulled, and what a beautiful card this is. Along with the Adelita of Earth. Again, the Hayas are pages, Adelitas are knights, Madres are queens, and Curanderas are kings. So that's the Knight of Pentacles. I think stabilizing, for some of you, it's going to be about focusing on deeper knowledge. For some of you that are in the spiritual community, this is going to hit home. You know, focusing on expanding your psychic and intuitive gifts. Yeah, with the Page of Cups, that's transmuted energy. Earlier we had the Page of Cups in reverse, and some of you wanted to speak your voice about ways that people block their ability to create, right? I talk about how if you want to transmute energy, create. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you just, especially those of you that are going through the dark night of the soul portion of a spiritual awakening, you might feel kind of like that Four Cups energy. It feels like a lot of the part of the community I'm talking to today have been following along thus far, or are going to go back and check out the readings from this year, because we have had quite a spiritual quest this year through the tarot. And I feel like a lot of you were kind of in this complacent zone. Maybe some of you were just so burnt out from life experiences that you couldn't really focus on your spiritual intuitive side. And now some of you are finally getting a chance to. Some of you are moving towards maybe your new union is with spirit or your higher self. Again, the High Priestess can represent not only the guide, the seer, the highly psychic, intuitive person. It can represent the deep, the hidden, right? It's the card of Pisces. Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac, also represented by the Hanged Man and the moon in the tarot. So going deep into your more emotional nature, especially with the Page of Cups, revisiting, I think we talked about this a couple readings back, where revisiting things that used to creatively bring you happiness when you were a child, simple pleasures. This card here is ruled by Chamomile, and Chamomile not only helps calm you down and make you feel good, it also attracts happiness and abundance. And again, if you are setting intentions or you're manifesting, make sure that you state that you're bringing in positive abundance. And for those of you that have been following me for a while, you also know that you can transmute anything into positive abundance energetically. Wow, and then I pull the Hanged One in reverse, so the Hanged Man in reverse, which we were just talking about that being another Pisces card. Now, the dark side of Pisces is getting stuck in illusions, getting stuck in only dreamlike states, but not being a part of the actual physical motion, right? Because Pisces is water, Pisces is feeling, deep, emotional, sensitive, creative, expressive. And this card, it's like either you've had perspective changes about how you used to create or what used to bring you happiness as a child, and you're slowly working towards that. You're creating some kind of foundation, some kind of journey. You're slowly going towards either this new perspective or this new way of life. For some of you, you do need to experience a spiritual journey. I think we talked about that in the more fiery representation in the last reading, talking about how some of you might actually be pursuing actual spiritual quests and journeys with the King of Wands emphasis in the last reading. This is more of the sacred spiritual, and I mean that's a quest too, a spiritual journey in that way. That can be more of an adventure, you know what I'm saying? This is more about going inward. This is more about doing an inner quest, right? So going to the depths. And this is something you're slowly building and creating. Maybe some kind of spiritual practice where you can be in tune with yourself and nature. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. Woo! Oh, I just got chills. Oh my. Okay, I don't know if I want to keep reading into this energy, but this is going to be for a small portion of you. I'm going to read it because my guides are pushing me to, but I'm not liking what I see here. And it's, again, we're kind of looking at advice, right? So we're talking about these creative process. So, all right, I'm just going to tell you, we got the Sun in reverse, we got the Tower in reverse, we got the Fool in reverse, we got the Emperor in reverse, and the only good card in reverse here is the Five of Swords in reverse. And let me tell you, I pre-shuffle and cleanse all my decks, not only after each reading I do, but also before the next reading. And I do set intentions that all messages are for the highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of all, and that they reach who they're meant to. So if you're hearing this, you're meant to hear it.